If you want to improve your quality of life, fine-tune your cannabis experience, or maybe even just get a better understanding of that which is cannabis medicine, you're going to want to watch this video all the way to the end. The reason being is today I'm going to be going over a terpene called Beta Caryophyllene. It is one of the most common terpenes found throughout all of cannabis, and it is one of the most important ones for many medical reasons. And again, so we're going to go over how that makes you feel, what it does to you, where it can be found outside of cannabis. So even if you want to just add this to your diet in some way, shape, and or form to get some of the medical benefits, and maybe even trying to add some things into your cannabis, let's go over that.
Where that bitch, where that bitch, where that? I'm a motivated stoner. I'm a motivated man on a mission. All I had was
today we're going to be going over Beta Caryophyllene. It kind of has that smell when you open up a bag. It has that real peppery smell, like that real kind of almost earthy, not quite, but mainly peppery smell. Again, it's found in black pepper, it's found in cloves, it's found in cinnamon, hops, lavender, rosemary. It is very predominant in nature. Again, it's really good. It's one of those terpenes that you're probably going to want more often than not because it's really well known for its pain relief effects. The reason that it does that, and the reason it does the majority of the things that it does, is because it's the only terpene that stimulates your CB2 receptor. Now, if you guys watched my other video, What is Cannabis Medicine, you would understand that there's a series of ways in which cannabis works. Normally, terpenes are just kind of the part that determines how that high is going to go based off the CB1 receptor, and they have their own medical values. However, the CB2 receptor also has a very large amount of medicinal values. One of them being pain, one of them being addiction, one of them being all kinds of things that the CB2 is responsible for. So this is the only terpene outside of cannabinoids and endocannabinoids, phyto and endocannabinoids. This is the only terpene that actually interacts with that system directly with the CB2 receptor. So within mice models, it's been shown to do a bunch of things, and I'm going to go over that. It shows anti-compulsive properties, anti-anxiety properties, potential for antidepressant. They basically gave these mice that were anxiety-ridden, they had RA, rheumatoid arthritis, and they gave them large amounts of beta caryophyllene. And when they did that, they stopped digging into the ground and doing a whole bunch of other things that showed those anti-anxiety, anti-compulsive, antidepressive properties. They've also done a whole bunch of studies within mice within combination of another terpene called alpha-humulene and one that's not as commonly found, but isocaryophyllene. They've both shown a whole bunch of properties for anti-cancer things such as colon cancer, breast cancer, and a whole other large array of assortment of things for cancers. So definitely if you're a cancer patient, it's something, make sure you're probably going to want to look for, generally speaking, every indica is pretty well known for its myrcene and caryophyllene content. Maybe try and stick with some indicas, or at very least find some sativas or hybrids that have some caryophyllene and humulene combination. That is where you want to be. Also, it's been shown to help with seizures. Not directly stopping the seizure per se, but it helped delay the onset of the seizure, which does have its own medical value. It may even potentially stop it if it does delay it even, because there's things that you can do to intervene at that point. There's been a ton of studies with Alzheimer's, which is one that's very near dear to my heart, just like everything else that's been shown here. There is, the way that Alzheimer's works is there's this beta amyloid plaques that are like a protein that builds up in your blood supply. In combination with linalool, it has been shown to reduce those beta amyloid plaques, which isn't necessarily a causation of Alzheimer's, but it is a correlation to show full-blown Alzheimer's. So having that reduced is definitely a really, really good thing that we could be using this as a treatment in the future. It's also been shown within mice models to help with colitis, which gut intestinal things. Again, that CB2 receptor is all throughout your guts, so it does make sense. Maybe Crohn's disease it could help with, things along those lines. There's another study that they showed with roundworms, actually, that by giving them beta caryophyllene, it actually extended their lifespan by about 20%, which roundworms, they only live like what, a day, something like that. So it's really not that drastic of an extension of lifespan, but it is a really cool thing to see. The one that really interests me the most is the anti-addiction properties of beta caryophyllene. So they did a study on mice where they did two studies specifically that I'm thinking of where it proves the anti-addiction properties of caryophyllene. They did one on alcohol and they did one on cocaine. The fact that they gave these mice as much cocaine as they want in a water bottle mixed up and they just let them kind of have at it, they did exactly what you would think mice would do. They went ham. They were addicted to cocaine. Then they started giving them beta caryophyllene in large amounts. As they did that, the mice, rats, whatever you want to call them, actually gradually weaned themselves off of the cocaine by their own doing. That's pretty amazing. They did also another study with alcohol where they gave them, I can't remember what the percentages are off the top of my head, but it was they gave them a very strong potent alcohol and then like 3 or 4 grades of less potent alcohol. And then what they did is they let the mice, do what you would think they do, get addicted to the alcohol. And they were going for the really, really strong stuff consistently. They gave them caryophyllene, and they gradually weaned themselves down in dosage until they stopped doing it. I don't know about you guys, but to me, that's pretty freaking amazing. So again, if you guys like this content, if you learned anything, leave a comment below. Let me know what terpene you want to learn next. What should I go into, do a deep dive on? Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, share it with another stoner, someone that maybe is not even a stoner, someone that you're like, nah, there's no medicine in cannabis. Show them this. Prove it to them. All right, guys, have a good night.